Tanner Conklin to finish up. And this will be the last hole of the day for this group. Looks like he may have caught just a bit of the hole too.
Taps in to finish his round.
Tanner is a senior, so it could be his last competitive high school round right there. Jackson Raby from Cincinnati Christian to finish up. Nicely done there.
He poured that one in.
And finally, Aaron Hunt from Mississinawa Valley. They're the Blackhawks, in case you were wondering, Austin.
I should have just stuck with the Blackhawks.
You should have.
Yeah,
probably. It's all right.
Next time. Well, he is an individual.
Yeah,
think,
he's the
so.
only. That's This was probably your only opportunity.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, missed that last putt there, but he'll tap in and conclude his round today. Everybody doffing their hats and shaking hands. Looking at a live shot of number 18. Again, 18, par 4 up the hill. Kind of a tight landing area. Fairway pinches in around the 150 stake there. This should be the group: Will Griffin, Regan Steiner, Fletcher Davies on that hole. Again, for those of you just joining us today, we're covering the Division III Golf Championships at Heatherwoode Golf Club in Springboro, Ohio. 12 teams competing for 2 team spots, and then
They seem very equally important.
I would agree.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know what they're like. I was going to say Batman and Robin, but that's not fair. They're not Batman and Robin. They're I don't know. Again, waiting for some play to come on camera. See a shot of the putting green here at Heatherwoode. Practice facilities here at Heatherwoode. I don't know, Austin, you've spent a lot of time here. What do you think about them?
I think they're fantastic. Definitely one of the best in this area, if not the whole state, especially for a public track.
Just doing a little jazz listen as you're talking.
That's all right. I can talk over that. But yeah, I love coming out here to practice. The range is awesome. Lots of targets. Very big putting green. Solid breaks to it, and yeah, I spend a lot of time out here. A lot of people would vouch for that.
Yep, you and a lot of others.
Yeah.
Again, getting a little music in the background, showing you some of the holes there. That was 10T. Again, we are on 18 fairway right here. We can see a group coming into camera view now. This should be Regan Steiner. Getting ready to play from 130 yards or so into this green.
Look to have just been barely short, maybe in the fairway there. Not a bad spot to leave it though. Just should have a pretty straightforward chip up to the flag.
think this is Will Griffin from Cincinnati Country Day, looking to play his third shot up the hill here. Well, I mean, it's possible it could be his drive. The tees aren't all the way back here, so if he's a long hitter, he might have been able to get it up there.
Would be a poke.
It would be, but it's possible.
Yep. I think Will also found that same spot as Reagan, just short right, either in the fairway or rough there. Again, not a bad spot. Would have obviously preferred to get it on the surface, but should have a pretty straightforward chip.
And finally, Fletcher Davies. Looks like he's over there by the cart path in the rough. Similar distance.
Pretty good shot there. Got it about 20 feet from the hole.
Again, Division III is the small schools in Ohio. We've got schools here from as low as 47 boys in their 4 classes all the way up to 133 boys. So quite a range in those, but again, only need 5 to make a team and only 4 are going to count. So Reagan Steiner from Houston getting ready to come up here. Pretty straightforward chip. Looking to get it inside 10 feet for sure. Or make it.
That's a really good shot there by Reagan.
Hopefully that's a par to finish his day. Will Griffin, hopefully he's paying attention to that. He looks like he may have a putter from just off the fringe.
Pretty good effort is there too. Pretty good effort there as well too.
Again, interesting to look at techniques and pre-shot routines and so on and so forth with the kids playing. Again, all 3 good shots there. Fletcher's got him some Jordans on today.
Styling. Finishes up.
Well, I guess those would just be Nikes now. Jordan's got his own thing, right? But back in the day, those would have been Jordans. Regan finishing out. Again, their last hole of the day. Shaking hands. And rooting their teammates on.
Yes, they will. I'm sure they'll crowd around the 18th green and wait for the rest of their teammates to finish up behind them.
Yep, and those of you, again, who aren't familiar with team golf, 5 players, best 4 scores will count. All right, we're going to show you some videos here while we're waiting for some action. And we'll be right back with some more live action from Southwest District Boys Division III Championships here at Heatherwoode Golf Club.
And I ain't even need your help. Put the work in. 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 I heard you looking for results. Put the work in.
Weibel Energy Systems is a full-service mechanical contractor and building services company focused on making buildings work better. You can rely on us for all of your building's operational needs, including HVAC installation, service and preventative maintenance, building automation and controls, energy services and monitoring, healthy building consultations, and commercial plumbing, as well as security cameras and door access controls. Weibel Energy Systems serves Dayton, Cincinnati, and Columbus. Learn more at goweibel.com.
Hello everyone, I'm Matt Cole, the head golf professional and director of club fitting here at Heatherwoode. One thing we put a really big emphasis on is club fitting. Most players don't know just how important it is to their game until they can actually see it. And we utilize technology made by Foresight Sports called the Foresight GC Quad. What it does, it has 4 cameras, so it takes 200 high-speed photos at 10,000 frames per second. So basically we can know everything that's going on with that club and how we need to build the best set for you to improve your game. I got my friend Chase here. I'm gonna have him hit a ball so that we can show you just a little bit of the technology we offer here at Heatherwoode. Go ahead, Chase. Pretty good one. Okay folks, if you look on the screen, what's going to come up is basically going to show us everything that's going on with that golf club. So as you can see here, it's even able to give us the point of contact, which is the red dot on the face. It's giving us the path where the face was and tells us the lie angle of that club, which is extremely important. Anytime the lie angle of that club is too far down, the toe's going to grab the ground and flip open, so you're going to miss more shots to the right. And there's a lot of golfers out there that miss a lot of shots to the right. So anytime, just come in, give us a call. We'll set you up with a fitting appointment. Find out why we're one of the best fitters in the state of Ohio.
Welcome to the city of Springboro, Heatherwoode Golf Club. I'm Mayor John Eggenbro. We are so happy that the Ohio High School Athletic Association Southwest Regional Golf Tournament is going to be hosted right here in Springboro. Welcome. We are so glad to have you. We wish you nothing but success throughout the whole tournament. If there's anything at all we can do in Springboro to make this tournament even better, please let us know. We'll see you around the golf course.
My dad's always
All right, we're back to live action here at Heatherwoode Golf Club. This will be number 18 green. Should be Addison Hyman from Cincinnati Country Day. Long putt on number 18. He's on the far right-hand side of that green in the back. The pin's cut on the front left. Austin, this has got to be a 100-footer. I mean, it's a long way to that pin from where he is.
Yeah, it's easily about 100 feet. He's going to have to obviously really give this one a smack.
It's something you don't practice very often either, if ever. That one was so far the cameraman couldn't follow the ball. But, you know, okay.
Yeah.
You know, not what he was looking for, but still from that distance, you're really looking just to get it in 2 putts and give your chance to make that second putt. And he's got an opportunity there.
Yeah, your circle obviously gets pretty big from what you're trying to get it inside from that distance. So.
Yeah, and that actually might be Gabe Stengel. He's got the pullover on. I think that's a red shirt underneath there. So that was Gabe from Houston there. This is going to be Addison Hyman here from Cincinnati Country Day, looking to finish up.
He's got about 12 or so feet breaking to his right. Just gave that a little bit too much respect.
And then Country Day started to fall off on the team a little bit. They're 6 strokes out of second place at this point. We're starting to get a little bit of a separation in that second place team now. And we're starting to get a little breeze blowing here too. Wind's picking up quite a bit. Gabe finishing out. Again, that would have been a tough 2-putt from where he was.
Yeah, you're gonna three-putt that a lot of times.
Yep. Justin Turner from National Trail knocked that in, and then here Addison Hyman to finish off for this group for the day. That concludes their round. Individually, we're looking Charlie Mullen at 3 over, Parker Herrick at 4 over, and Joshua Winhoost at 4 over. Again, we're two individuals move on that aren't on the 2 teams that qualify. So it's going to send 2 teams and 2 individuals on to the state championships next weekend. Right now, team competition, Seven Hills with a commanding lead. They're 21 over, followed by Middletown Christian, 33 over, and Russia at 37 over. We're starting to get to the point where teams are on their last segment of holes. I mean, with 5 players playing, you know, you can make up 4 or 5 strokes pretty quick, but you're also getting to the point where you don't want to be 4 or 5 strokes down.
Yeah, it's getting pretty late in the day, or late in their rounds, I should say. So, like you said, it's definitely doable to make up 4 or 5 shots pretty easily, but you're definitely going to have to play some good golf, and the wind picking up just recently, it's definitely going to be a little bit tougher.
Yeah, we're looking at the group: Landon Stout, Tristan Woolley, Cameron Haynes coming down 9 fairway. That's Cameron Haynes from Covington right there, pulling out the rangefinder, getting the yardage. Should be around 200 yards and so, if I guess, looking at the 150 stake and where he stands from that. So definitely a long iron in his hand to a fairly small green, downhill and into the wind. So pretty tough shot for him here.
Yeah, depending on his lie, this very well could just be a layup to give himself a wedge.
Wasn't a layup swing, though.
It was not.
Doesn't look happy with the result. Looks like Landon Stout coming down the fairway.
Back over to 18.
Looks like Matt Castrucci. Looks like he may have played already. Kind of cut to him a little bit late there, but he's coming up toward number 18 green. He's playing with Tanner Versard and Kellen Laird. Tanner's from Houston, Kellen's from National Trail.
Oh,
that should have been Kellen's shot right there. Very nicely played.
Yeah, hit the center of the flagstick almost. I've seen a couple of those today on this hole.
I've seen quite a few of those. And goes back to our discussion of leave the stick in, take the flag stick out. I think a couple of those that we saw today might have actually went in if the flag stick wouldn't have been in the hole. Tanner Versard from Houston here, just off the fringe with a little chip. Again, fairly straightforward, something that is makeable. Left it a little short.
Yeah, I think he was probably trying to carry that onto the green and just had one bounce in the fringe and kind of killed it, but not too bad.
Matthew Castrucci here, looking to finish up with about a 30-footer down a slide hill.
Should be breaking a little bit to his left. Good putt there. Good. Perfect speed, just left it a little bit left of the hole. Or right of the hole.
Over on 9, we've got Cameron Haynes, who actually did lay up with that swing that I thought was a full rip at it. Got himself about 75 yards or so of the hole. Tanner Voisard on number 9, finishing up. Just left it a little short. And finally, Kellen Laird on number 9 as Tristan Woolley plays his approach. I'm sorry, Tristan Woolley on number 9 plays his approach as Tanner Voisard finishes up on number 18.
Yeah, Tristan's just got about 40 yards or so, maybe 30. Looks like he left that one a little bit short, but we'll have about 30 feet left for his putt.
Again, these groups just finishing up today. It's going to be Landon Stout to the left of number 9 green. To the right as we're looking at it from the camera view. Fairly straightforward shot here. He's got a lot of green to work with. Just needs to carry this onto the green, let it roll out to the hole.
So it needs to bite a little bit. Trickled through into the fringe, but
yeah, could have used a little more loft on that to slow it down. Played that a little lower than what I was expecting.
Still with that hole cut over there to the right side, he's can't have any more than about 15 feet left for his putt, so not too bad.
Again, this is Cameron Hayes from the fringe.
Yeah, Cameron's got about 50 or so feet from the front of the green. Might have just tagged that one a bit too hard, but skipped right by the hole, so he had a good line on it. Tristan Woolley to play next. Seen this putt a lot today.
Haven't seen very many putts made today from long distance.
No, we have not. We've seen more close putts on 18 than on 9. Wow, that's the opposite.
Is that? Yeah, that's not the announcer's curse, or is it? Maybe it is. Yeah, it's reverse announcer's curse. Landon Stout a little bit short. Maybe we should have been telling him he couldn't make it.
Yeah. Oh, good call, Neil.
Can Cameron to finish up here. Again, last hole of the day for this group. Been out there since 10:25 this morning. Started on 10T and concluding their day here.
Oh, another
That
one.
Yeah, that one looked like it was going to stay out and just trickled over the edge at the end.
A good way to finish your day for Cameron. And Landon Stout to finish his round. He
Well
pours
done
that
there.
one in.
All right, and again, as play finishes up, really only have action on number 9 and number 18 greens at this point. No one on 1T or 10T. They've all made it through both those hole locations or teeing locations. So a little less play going on at this point. A little more talking from us, I guess, Austin, is what we need to do.
That's right.
So let's talk a little bit about aspects of team competition. You've played in a lot of that. What's really different in that than, you know, you're playing your own ball and you don't have any teammates in it? I know obviously you're rooting for your teammates. That's, you know, don't need to say that, but are you watching as much as you can? Can you watch this can these kids watch what their teammates are doing on their phone throughout the day? Can they see where they stand in the event, and how's all that playing?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely can, and I'm sure if they have parents or spectators out there following them, they can ask, or they can ask their coach how their teammates are playing. So there's definitely multiple ways that they can figure out how their team's playing, and but I think it's important to stick to your own game and just focus on your shots and one shot at a time. Because if you get too caught up in how you and your team's playing, it can kind of be distracting. So I know for me personally, I did kind of like to know how my team was doing and how the guys were doing and how we were comparing to, I guess, is how we were doing on the leaderboard. I thought that was important for me to know, but some people can kind of psych themselves out, so just kind of depends on who you are as a player and a person, that whether you would want to know how your team's doing.
Yeah, and as you're saying that, I'm thinking maybe that's up to the coach a little bit to, you know who wants to know and who doesn't want to know, and maybe he's feeding that information to them throughout the day, the kids that he thinks will handle that information well, and if he's got a player that he knows doesn't handle the fact that he makes par on this last hole, maybe he doesn't tell him that, and maybe he's got another kid that if he tells he needs to make par, he knows he's going to do it. So that probably factors into it a little bit. Looking at the team scores right now, Seven Hills again with a pretty commanding lead. They're 20 over for the event for the team. Second place right now, we have a tie between Middletown Christian and Russia at 37 over, and then Fort Loramie and a distant fourth at 44 over, but still not totally out of it. But right now it looks like it's turning into a two-team race for that second qualifying position for the state next week. So at that point, every shot's going to matter from this point in for those two teams. Not that it hasn't already, but it's a little more at this point in time. Individually, again, two players are going to move forward that aren't on the teams that are qualifying from the team scores. So right now, Charlie Mullen from Seven Hills is one over. He's leading the field, but he's also on a team that's already going to qualify most likely. So at this point, you've got Parker Herrick from Houston that's in second place, but this is an interesting dynamic here because it's Russia was tied for second, right? So Parker's probably going to qualify. Well, I shouldn't say that, right? But he's in position to qualify at this point, along with Graham Brubaker, who's at 5 over, with Ross Peisinger from Russia. So there's this situation with with Ruschi there, right? So, say Ross Weisinger edges out Graham Brubaker, and he's in the second qualifying spot. Well, if Ruschi was to finish second in the team, then he would use his team spot to go, and then Graham Brubaker would move forward as an individual. So right now I would say that Graham Brubaker is rooting pretty hard for Ruschi as a team.
I would say that's probably true.
All right, back to action on number 9 green. We've got Joseph Federle, Lucas Hartley, Hunter Ray over there right now. Looks like Hunter Ray from Covington is got about a 15-footer. Maybe a little less than that. Pretty straight here. We've watched most people overread this putt all day long. And he did the same thing.
I like his Superman socks.
Is that what's on those, Superman?
I think so. They got capes on them.
I could see you rocking some of those socks, Austin. That may be your new look. You know, the professionals are going more and more to shorts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you may get the opportunity to do that at some point in time.
That's right.
Lucas Hartley, Jackson Center, looking to finish up here.
Yeah, pretty straight putt here.
Ooh, just barely caught the edge. Again, that must be a tough spot there on number 9 to get the read on, because we've seen that all day long. Joseph Federle using the putter blade to line up his line there.
He pours
Knocks it
that
in.
one in. Yeah, I would say that back right portion of 9 green that the pin is located today is definitely probably the more tricky part of the green to read. It's like very, very subtle breaks. Looks like it wants to go one way, but it typically doesn't. So I can understand how some of the players are having some issues reading the green on 9 today.
Poured that one right in there, though. Another group concludes their play today. Looks like we'll be cutting over the action on number 18 green here. Mark Hayden Mann, Parker Herrick, Zachary Rutan on this green. Again, Parker Herrick from Houston, one of the people near the top of the individual leaderboard. Looks like they're waiting for, it looks like that's Parker and Zachary there. Must be waiting for Mark Hayden Mann to play, and I'm not really sure where Mark's at. We kind of see 18 green to the side of our broadcast location here, and I don't see him even as I look over that. Oh, here comes the ball from the back of the green there. I don't know where he was playing that from because I don't see him. There's a hill kind of blocking our view of where he was, I guess, but not sure where he was. Here he comes walking up over the hill.
Oh. Yeah, I believe he was long left over by number 1 tee box.
It sure looks like it
Yeah.
as he's coming this direction.
Yeah.
That's quite a bit of a miss club to get that over there. But it is downwind. You get something maybe in the first cut of rough down there, flyer, downwind. You can get away from you a little bit.
Definitely could. We got Zachary Rutan here.
All right, so as we conclude play, we're actually going to do something a little unusual for high school golf. We've actually got Maureen Russell Hodgson from the city of Springboro is going to conduct some interviews with some players at the conclusion of play. So as Parker Herrick goes ahead and tries to finish out his round, we're going to cut to Maureen with an interview from the clubhouse.
Hey guys, thanks so much. I am talking with Will Griffin from Cincinnati Country Day School. How'd it go today for you?
It went pretty well. I shot a 93, and yeah, I had fun out there. So.
Oh, I'm glad you had fun. What were the course conditions like?
They were really good. It was a little bit windy, but probably the best weather we could have asked for, so it was amazing.
So this is a little different, that we actually had a video board and friends and family could watch on YouTube, watching folks tee off, all the players. Have you ever had that experience before?
I have not, no, and my mom really enjoyed actually watching from her office, so thanks.
Yay, you're a star. So what's next for you, Will? You're a senior, you're getting ready to graduate?
Yeah, hopefully college next year, and maybe that'll include golf. Don't have any offers, but want to walk onto a team maybe, so yeah.
All right, well, thanks for your time today. All the best to you. Hope you come out a good winner.
Appreciate it, thanks.
Right back to you, Neil.
Thanks, Maureen. I think he was a little bit taller than you, Maureen. You kind of disappeared from the camera view there as they zoomed up to him. Don't know how tall he was, but looked like a tall young man there. All right, let's go to number 9. Do a little coverage here. Looks like that shot was hit a little bit heavy. Trying to make out who that was. I think that might have been Matt Diperink from Covington there. Now we're looking, I believe this is Blake Noble from Jackson Center, shooting a yardage. Blake's obviously into exact yardages from 14 yards away. I say that and I kind of joke as I say that because I would play this shot by feel. I wouldn't play this shot by yardage. But actually, there are a lot of people now that are into the data so much that they're playing everything by the number.
Yeah, I think it can sometimes help, even if you're a feel-based player, just to even play more into the feel of visualizing how far you have to hit it. But I typically wouldn't shoot it from that close either.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Oh, nice shot by Matt Diperink there. Rolled a little long, but it was definitely on line.
Okay, so where do you want to put him?
All right, this is Jack Hollenbeck, from Summit Country Day here to the left of 9 green. Saw a very similar shot to this earlier. If he can loft this up and just land this on the green, he's got a chance to stop it near the hole. As I'm looking at this, though, I don't know. It doesn't look like a 60-degree wedge. It looks like something more along the lines of a sand wedge or something. I'd be playing that and opening that up and try to flop that in the air, but he's going to play it a little lower.
just kind of got under that one a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the right shot selection on his part. But again, they know their games better than I do. Again, not what he was looking for there. Again, these kids finishing up on number 9. Jack Hollenbeck from Summit Country Day, Blake Noble from Jackson Center, Matt Diperink from Covington. Looks like Jack's going to go ahead and come up to the green here. Again, last hole of the day. Don't really know the scores that they shot, but you know, if you haven't played as well as you want at this point in time, you might have the thought in your head, hey, let me just get this in the hole and get on out of here, right? while someone could have played great and they could have been grinding it out. So there's a little different thought process going through some of these kids' minds at this point, and anybody that's played golf knows that feeling of being on the last hole thinking, let me get this over with.
I think we've all been there, that's for sure.
But we also have had that feeling of, man, if I could just do here, this would be awesome if I could play this hole well too. So it's kind of describes the game of golf. It's kind of what makes the game of golf great, really, if you get right down to it.
Yeah, there's so many peaks and valleys in this game.
All right, as Jack finishes out, we've got Maureen with another interview at the clubhouse, so let's kick it over to Maureen again.
Bully from Jackson Center High School, and this is your first time to come and play at a tournament like this, right?
Yep, first time.
What was it like for you?
It was pretty fun. I mean, I played okay, but the course condition was fun, and happy to be here, and hopefully I can come back in the next 3 years of my career.
Okay, I was going to ask you, so as a freshman, I guess your sights would be to be back here again next year, right?
Yep, hopefully we can keep advancing and being better as a team and improving, and then get to that next level.
So other than golf, you have any other interests that you like to do?
At Jackson, I play basketball and baseball as well, so basketball season's starting soon, and I'm pretty excited for that.
All right, so you're a busy guy. Well, we wish you all the best, and thanks for taking time talking to us today, and we'll look forward to seeing how all the scores end up. Thanks. All right, guys, right back to you.
Thanks, Maureen. And again, nice to see some of the kids who finishing up get their opportunity on camera to do a little bit of interviewing in the interview process. So definitely a new experience for some of these kids. They probably haven't been exposed to anything like that before, or at least you would think that not a lot, at least.
No, definitely not in the golf world either, because maybe in other sports and stuff like that. But
yeah, I'd agree. What we're doing here today and tomorrow and Wednesday and then Wednesday and Thursday and next week's pretty unique in the golf side of things. As things start to stream, you start to see more stuff. Obviously, you're seeing basketball games streamed, football games streamed, and things like that. But you don't see golf streamed very much, and at least not to this extent. A lot of times you might see something where they put a camera behind a tee or something like that and just show some shots. But we're kind of going all in, I guess, here. And not that we're perfect, but we're doing the best job we can to bring you as many golf shots as we can today. Looking at the leaderboard again right now, we're going through the individual leaderboard on the screen. Not much has changed. Not much has changed from that, but it sounds like I'm being told Maureen has rustled up another young man to talk to. So let's kick it back to Maureen real quick for another interview.
Entry Day School, how'd it go for you today?
It was okay. I had a lot of fun. I loved who I played with. They were really nice, really enjoyable to be around. I think I could have done better overall, but I just overall had a great time here.
How'd you find the course conditions today?
Oh, it was pretty windy, but the greens were great. The fairways were well kept, and overall it was really nice today.
You are a freshman, so what are your future plans?
I hope to come back to sectionals and districts and hopefully state for the next couple years of my high school life. But honestly, I'm just going to go wherever God takes me.
So you had a really good day today, and you were saying that you enjoyed playing with, meeting some new friends.
Yeah, they're all nice, easy to talk to, and just overall great people.
All right, well, thanks for your time today.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Maureen. Nice interview there, and kind of describes a little bit of what kids are getting to experience today. Maybe the golf wasn't as good as he wanted, but he got to meet some new friends, and it's kind of how golf is.
That's right. It's a really good avenue to meet new people and network, and on all the different walks of life, whether you're in high school playing in tournaments or playing with clients and stuff like that further down the road. So it can certainly be a good sport for a lot of different things.
All right, looks like we've got some play here at number 9. Try to figure out who that is real quick. That's probably Bryson Height from Covington there. Nice shot there from Bryson.
Yeah, really good. We also have Reed Platfoot from Jackson Center and Leo Schrantz from Summit Country Day.
This would be Reed, I believe, with the... Is that a pink ball, Austin?
I think that is a pink ball.
Or a red ball it could be, but that's the first... I'm going to call it pink.
Yeah.
First pink ball I've seen him play today.
Ooh.
That pink ball doesn't like to go in the hole.
He'll mark it that time. That'll leave Leo Schrantz from Summit Country Day. He's got about 6 or 7 feet here.
Backhand that one into the hole. And Reed to finish out. All right, Marine has found someone else to talk to up by the clubhouse, so let's run over to Marine real quick.
Okay, now we're talking with Cameron Haynes, who is a junior at Covington High School. How'd you play today?
I didn't do too bad. It could have went a little better, but I was just excited to be here. It's a cool course, and hopefully play it again someday.
This is your second time to come to districts. What was the difference this time?
The conditions were a little different. It was a little nicer this year, but still a difficult course, and just a great experience to come to, and hopefully be here next year again.
So you probably weren't as nervous as maybe last year. You feel like you had some experience under your belt?
Yeah, I wasn't too nervous, but yep.
Do you know, as a junior, what your future plans are going to be after you graduate?
Hopefully go into my family business, hopefully work for them, and just help the business grow, and just continue playing golf for fun.
Keep on playing golf. Okay, thanks so much for your time. Glad to have you here today. Back to you guys.
Thanks again, Marine. Again, waiting for some groups to come into camera view here. We're getting back to the point. Austin's checking the scores here. Austin, how we look?
Well, we still have Seven Hills with a pretty good sized lead in the team on the team leaderboard. Rushi is pulled away a little bit of Middletown Christian. They're at 41 over. Middletown Christian at 45. And Fort Loramie at 48. So still some holes left to play, but Rushi is taking a little bit of a lead. I think they were in third chasing earlier, correct? So Middletown Christian maybe fallen back a little bit, but like I said, still some holes left to play, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But Rushi in that second spot right now behind Seven Hills at 27 over is Seven Hills, so they still have a 14-shot lead.
I think that, as we were talking earlier, Brubaker was rooting for Rushi to get himself into the into this second qualifying spot in the individual, so it could be working out good for him at this point.
Yeah, it looks like we also have a Joshua Winhusen from Middletown Christian, who's at 5 over, tied with Ross Feisinger from Rushi and Graham Brubaker from Arcanum. So they're all tied at 5 over. So
well, as you look at it there, the leaders from Seven Hills who's going to qualify, and with Ross Feisinger from Rushi on a team right now that would qualify, Brubaker and Winhusen would be in at the 5 over score. So
that's right.
Kind of an interesting dynamic right here with Winhusen from Middletown Christian. I think he'd obviously like to help his team pass Rushi, qualify, get all his team members in, but You know, if he doesn't right now, he's going to go as an individual.
And not that we're rooting for more higher scores, but I'd feel pretty good if I were Tanner Conklin, who's already finished his round and in at 6 over as well. Certainly with the wind continuing to blow and the pressure of going to state coming down the stretch for some of these guys, he's in a pretty good spot too.
Yeah, that's a very good point. All right, we got some play back into camera view here on number 9. Group of Parker Carroll, Nolan Park, Sam Grabman. See if we can make out who's who here as we're looking down the fairway. It's Parker Carroll in the blue shirt. I believe Nolan Fark is there next to him from Jackson Center in the gray shirt. But let's talk about Parker right here. Parker's in the fairway. 50 yards or so from the pin. Maybe a little longer, but throwing his approach shot in there.
Pretty good shot there.
He'll be happy with that.
Yeah, he'll have about 20 or so feet for a likely birdie attempt, I would imagine.
I would agree. Again, turned into a perfect afternoon out here. Not a cloud in the sky, just a little breeze blowing, but temperatures right now with my pullover I've got on, I'm actually starting to warm up a little bit since I'm in the sun. Austin's still zippered up with his vest, but he's in the shade. Give it about another 20 minutes and you'll feel what I'm feeling.
I cannot wait. We're jumping over to 18.
We actually been told in my ear that these are both birdie attempts on 18, so a couple nice shots in there. This is the group, I believe this is the group of Parker Herrick, Zachary Rutan, Mark Hayden Mann. Parker Herrick, Zachary Rutan were at least on the leaderboard at some point during the day. I'm not sure where they stand exactly right now, but I do remember seeing both those names earlier on. They are playing 18, so they've just came through 16 and 17 and 18. Those 3 holes here at Heatherwood are 3 of the most difficult finishing holes that you'd come across. Austin's looking at me like this group's already finished. Is this wrong?
I think they might already be done. Yeah, I got Parker Herrick already in finished.
Okay, so let's move forward to the next group. So, group of Eaton Argus, Ethan Lukey, and Nick Brubaker. Yep, I'm being told that this is correct group. Okay, here we go. This would be Eaton Argus from Cincinnati Country Day with his approach here. Pretty well played.
Yeah, pretty solid shot there for Ethan. He'll only have about 3 feet left for his up and down.
And again, these will be 2 birdie putts, a birdie putt for Ethan Lukey and a birdie putt for Nick Brubaker. Again, both nice shots into 18. Be an excellent day to finish their day. And as Ethan looks over his putt, we're going to cut to number 9. We've got Nolan Fark finishing out.
He pours that one in.
Very nice stroke there. And as you can see, Ethan sizing up his birdie putt here. That was a quick walk from when he hit that putt. It almost took his step in his follow through there.
It's hard to tell whether it was a walk after it, like he thought it was going to make it or not, because it was right on line.
Yeah, it was almost like he felt like he mishit it, but it was not a bad putt at all.
Yeah, maybe he just knew right away that he left it short, but.
All right, AJ Ruenkamp. Nope, I'm sorry. The Ethan Lukey. Getting my holes mixed up here. But Ethan Lukey for his birdie putt. Nick Brubaker from National Trail with his birdie attempt.
Ooh, just missed that a little low.
Still be a nice par. Both those are nice pars. Take par on 18 anytime, and be happy with it. And then Eaton Argus to finish up here with his short little putt to conclude his day. Well done.
He gets that up and down from the front fringe, so good save there.
Again, Nick Brubaker to finish up here. Guess I counted his par a little too soon. Still got a little work to do, but hopefully he makes short work of it. Is that the announcer's curse again, Austin?
I think that was. It's better than you than me.
Yeah, well, you know, maybe I should just say that everyone's going to miss everything. We'd have a new course record.
Things you learn in the
broadcast.
Yeah,
in the broadcasting business.
And it has gotten a little bit closer on the team leaderboard. Russia is only 1 shot ahead of Middletown Christian right now, and only 4 shots ahead of Fort Loramie at 44, 45, and 48 over, respectively.
Yeah, interesting aspect of that is, I know Rushie's located in northern part of Ohio, or at least quite a bit north of us. Middletown Christian, 10 minutes away. So Middletown Christian definitely has more familiarity of the golf course than the kids from Russia, for sure. We see those kids from Middletown Christian, especially the last 3 or 4 weeks out here, quite a bit, preparing and getting ready for what they hope was their opportunity to go to the state. And they've found themselves in a position right now where maybe that preparation is going to work out for them.
That's right. They certainly have a really good opportunity, only sitting 1 shot back with a handful of holes to play still for the latter part of their team.
And we're getting to that point now where we're going to start seeing those kids playing their final holes of the day, right? So the number 5 groups from Middletown Christian, number 5 groups from Russia are going to be the next people we're going to see coming to 9 and 18 greens. Kind of interesting, they're in different groups. They're not playing together. It would even make it more interesting if they were, you know, in a battle and they were in the same group. But they're going to be finishing on opposite holes. But I'm sure, like we've talked about before, for those kids that the coach thinks it's beneficial to know where they stand, I'm sure he's in their ear at this point, telling them, hey, we got to go. We're in a battle. So, unfortunately, our position right here, we're pretty happy with what we're bringing to you, but we, you know, aren't capable of showing you more footage on the golf course. So, we're just going to have to watch them finish on 9 and 18 and see how the cookies crumble, as I guess. Again, number 9 fairway there. This is Easton Wallace from Middletown Christian is in this group, along with A.J. Ruhnkamp and Ty Schauer. Get a better idea who's who here as we zoom in. Pretty easy to tell which person's from Middletown Christian in this group. They're going to be wearing the blue. A little more difficult for us to differentiate between A.J. Ruhnkamp and Ty Schauer because they, as team uniforms today, they have both chosen red shirts and black pants. So this is either AJ or Ty with their approach to number 9 green.
whoever it may be, looks to have maybe missed it just a little bit short right of this green. But coming from a pretty tough spot, looked to be about probably over 130, 140 yards away from the right rough over there. So,
all right, so this could be an important shot here. This is Easton Wallace from Middletown Christian, which what I would assume was his third shot. He's probably there in 2. Don't know that for sure, but you definitely can get to that position in 2. Getting ready to play in there. We're going to, again, not sure if this is AJ or Ty coming up to the green here. In the team competition, I think, Austin looks a little short there. I didn't really see where Easton shot when I saw him swing at it, but I didn't see the result.
I think he lost it a little bit to his right or left. Important to note right now, Easton's score, not one of the 4 counting, but pretty close to the 4th score. So still important that he grinds out the rest of his round here.
Let's watch him watch this shot here from Easton. I'm being told Maureen's ready for another interview, but let's see if we can kind of watch Easton's approach here. Kind of important in the team competition. Looks like he had it in the bunker there. Disappointed with that. Obviously not finishing up how he'd like to, but as you're saying, at this point, he's not one of the scorers counting, so may not affect the total team score. All right, so as we're AJ and Ty are finishing up, we're going to go ahead and nice shot there by whoever that was. We're going to go ahead and run back to Maureen for another interview.
Okay, we're talking with Joseph Federle from Summit Country Day, and you are a senior. This is a bittersweet moment for you.
Yeah, it is. Being here and playing one final time before I graduate, kind of somber. A little sad, but also pretty awesome that I'm moving on to college. So,
moving on to college, but before you do that, you said you had a special moment here on the course. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I had a pretty good final putt on hole 9. That was, just a great ending to this game.
Kind of the icing on the cake for you because you've been to districts before.
I have not.
Oh, this was your first time?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And so you said you were a senior. What are your future plans?
Gonna go to college and get a degree in aviation, become a pilot.
Does golf fit in there anywhere?
Maybe just play for friends, but probably not as a career.
All right. Well, thanks for your time today. All the best to you. Congratulations, and I'm glad you had that special memory of Heatherwoode.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, guys, we'll send it back to you.
Thanks again, Maureen. Nice that someone created a nice memory here. All right, I think we're going to go back to 9 now and kind of watch them finish up.
I believe this is a Ty shower.
Again, you picked out the end on the hat, didn't you?
I did.
Ty pours it in there. That would make this AJ Ruin Camp.
Yes, it would. He's got about a similar distance, maybe just a touch shorter. Good putt there.
Again, Easton Wallace finishing up.
And they all finish out. And we'll head to the scoring tent before most likely coming back to cheer on the remainder of their team.
Again, pretty regular occurrence in team golf, right? Sign your scorecard, head back to the, in this case, head back to 9 green, watch everyone finish up. Start to see these kids gathering around the green, especially when they're starting to realize that scores really matter as they come in.
Yeah, for sure, especially for Middletown Christian and Rushi. They're certainly very close. And we can't leave out Fort Loramie either, because they're only a couple back as well, coming in playing with Middletown Christian, finishing on number 9.
I would say that the gentleman on the putting green getting the phone call, someone's calling him right now and telling him he's on TV. He's thinking, I don't want to be on TV, and he walks off camera. Again, pretty big putting green here at Heatherwood, busy all the time. A lot of people practicing from Springboro High School team plays here, also Wright State Raiders. It's their home course. So I would say, Austin, that's probably the putting green you've been on most of any green in your life.
Yeah, I can confirm. Yeah.
Again, waiting for some action to come down 9 and 18. There we got a group coming down 9 right now. Matt Mellish, Noah Manier, Quinn Peters. Again, same situation we had before. It'll be easy to pick out the Middletown Christian player. We have to wait till Noah and Quinn get a little closer to the green and see if we can't pull that in off the Newton local hat to determine which one of those two is which. It's been quite a long time since we've seen a player come up 18. There should be someone getting ready to come up there through there soon, too. Again, into the wind, short par 5 to finish if you're finished on number 9. Long hitter could get it to the point that Matt's at right now, but he'd have to be a real long hitter to get it down there. This is probably Matt's 3rd shot, I would guess. Wouldn't you think, Austin?
I would think so. This would be quite a poke to get it down here into the wind, like you said.
Again, and it could be an important shot in the team competition. Body language isn't great.
Yeah, looked a little disappointed with maybe got a bad kick or something like that.
We'll have to see the result once he gets up around the green. Again, this is Noah Manor and Quinn Peters coming down the fairway. Very similarly dressed, so once we get to the green, maybe we can tell which is which by a logo on the hat or something. But again, they're both walking down the middle of the fairway. Would be probably their second shots into those positions right there. I'm sure Matt wishes he was out there with them at this point, but a little too late for that at this point. Again, Noah or Quinn, they're either one. Which one of this is? Probably. Oh, they're inside the 150 stake. They're probably
80, 70 or 80.
Yeah,
yards.
maybe even a little closer than that.
Yeah.
You know, 120 is where that fairway pinches together there. So, yeah, you're probably right, 75, 80. Again, pretty straightforward, looking straight at the pin in between the bunkers.
Yeah, just trying to fly something on the green about a third of the way on and just have it release the rest of the way.
I think that one's a little long as the camera looks for it. I believe it's on the back edge of the green. I can kind of see the flag stick from our broadcast location, and I saw the ball fly right over top of the flag. So that ball's either on the back of the green or in the fringe or rough behind the green. And then other player in this group's coming up kind of toward the bunker.